everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video, I am back with another family home, and this is a base game only family home. So as we all probably know at this point, the base game did go free earlier this week. So the base game is now free for everyone to download and enjoy and play. And I just think that that is so exciting. It's going to introduce so many new players to the game. And for that reason, I decided to build a base game family home basically. So it is pretty expensive. Earlier this week I did share a base game starter home, so if you want something for your Sims to just move into right off the bat without money cheats, then that might be the way to go for you. But if you actually don't mind cheating for money, or if you have a family that is a bit further along and actually already have some money saved up, then you might be able to use this house. I have no clue how expensive this one actually turned out to be. I think it's actually pretty expensive, because the base game items, like the base game furniture, tends to be more on the expensive side as opposed to stuff that came with more recent packs. It's definitely the packs that give you the more affordable options for most of the things. I mean, the base game does have some very affordable options for, like, if you want to furnish a starter home, stuff like that. But if you want to furnish a more established, I guess, less cheap house like this one, then the stuff that you gravitate towards is probably going to be more on the expensive side of things, compared to more affordable stuff that came with packs, like I just said. But yeah, this one is only base game, so for that reason, I'm pretty sure it turned out to be quite expensive. It's not the biggest home. I do feel like for family gameplay, though, it is very nice. The house isn't very cluttered. I really tried to keep gameplay in mind. I really wanted this to be very gameplay friendly. And since it's only base game, there isn't that much clutter to pick from anyway. So whenever I do base game houses, they always tend to be more clean in that sense, where I'm using less clutter, less decorations, while still trying to make it look lived in, because that is definitely what I was going for this one. But yeah, this house basically has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. There aren't any fancy en-suites or anything. So we have 3 bedrooms on the 2nd floor of the house. So we have the parents' bedroom, then I have 1 bedroom furnished for a kid, and 1 bedroom, the smallest one, furnished for a toddler. So I furnished it with 4 Sims in mind, like a family of 4 in mind. However, there is definitely room to grow, because the kids' room is quite big and that could easily be a shared bedroom. So I was definitely thinking that maybe these people even have a 3rd kid on the way already, and then as soon as the toddler turns into a child, they can move in with their sibling in the bigger bedroom, and then they can turn the toddler's room into a new nursery. So that is definitely something you can do. Now that we have bunk beds in the base game, it's even more like easy to do that, because the kids' bedroom is definitely bigger than the toddler's room. It's not like the biggest room in the world, but if you want to place bunk beds, then it could easily be a shared room. So that is really what I had in mind. So the kid basically just has a little bit of time left to enjoy having their own bedroom, but they are gonna probably end up sharing it with their sibling. And then, yeah, you could have another baby or toddler, adopt a kid, whatever you want to do, and have the toddler's room eventually be free for a 3rd kid. And then we also have a closed off study space downstairs. So what you could also do is turn the office space into a bedroom, maybe the parents' bedroom, and then have 3 children's bedrooms upstairs. So that is definitely something you could do. That way you could even turn it into a generations family home if you wanted to. You could have the grandparents sleep downstairs. The only thing is, the only downstairs bathroom is off of the office space. So if you were to turn the office space into a bedroom, then that bedroom would have an ensuite, but then there wouldn't be a actual like hall bathroom on the ground floor, if that makes sense. But if that is something you don't really mind, then yeah, you could easily go ahead and turn the office into a 4th bedroom if you wanted to do that. So yes, this house is very easily customizable. I feel like you can very easily adjust it to your own taste or to whatever your household needs, like however many bedrooms they need. I feel like you could make it work for this one. So yeah, that is really what I was trying to go for, trying to make it feel very basic in a way that basically any Sims family can just move in and use this house. Then again, your Sims are going to probably have their own taste. now that we have likes and dislikes in the base game, maybe I used some colors that they absolutely despise. You can very easily change up the color scheme because I used very basic furniture, more like on the modern side, basic furniture from the base game, I feel like. So yeah, there's definitely many different color options you can pick from, maybe even swap it out for different. Maybe you have a couple packs, then you can very easily swap out the furniture I used from furniture from the specific packs that you want to go for, that you want to use for this house. I don't know. Long story short, I just feel like this house is very easily customizable and I'm really happy with how it came together. It's been so long since I've built a base game only family home. Whenever I tend to do base game only, I usually go for like all the restrictions. So I'll usually just make it a base game starter home. So we have no packs, we have a budget, that sort of thing is what I like to go for. But for this one, I just didn't mind the money and I just wanted to use base game to see if I could create a nice, cozy, not too outdated looking family home. Because to be honest, the base game definitely does come with some stuff that looks quite outdated, which isn't that like strange because the base game came out so long ago now, in 2014, I believe. So yeah, and even then when the pack or when the game first came out, there was already some stuff in the game that looked a little bit outdated in my opinion, which isn't the worst thing because I really like to go for that outdated look and feel from time to time. Outdated, the word outdated just sounds so negative. That is not what I mean. But if you were to like basically furnish a house right now, this day and age, you maybe wouldn't go for the furniture you find in the base game, aside from a couple things. But yeah, here we have the interior for the house. I really went with the more modern stuff. As you can see, the more clean IKEA-ish looking modern things here in the hallway. I created this nice closet because as I was doing, it's not really a closet, but just like a built-in area to hang your coat and place your shoes and stuff like that. You could really see me fiddle around with the placement of the shoes using the tool mod and stuff. But basically, as I was working on the floor plan for this house, I had this 2-tile little area by the staircase and I was like, oh, that's nice. I'm going to put a built-in wardrobe there. And then I realized, no, I can't because that is from Get Together, not from base game. And then I was like, well, that's actually not a big deal because now I get to create my own little storage, built-in storage unit. And I actually really like how that came out. I think it looked very, very nice. But yeah, here we have the living room. I used these very basic looking base game couches. They don't look very comfortable to me. I feel like they look very angular, but I don't know. For some reason, for the interior for this house, they worked. I picked this gray swatch. The whole color scheme for this place is very neutral. I used a lot of lighter wood tones combined with gray, and then also some darker wood tones here and there to kind of like tone it down a little bit. And then as you can see, the wall is just, the walls are white. So very basic. If you wanted to add a fun color for an accent wall or something like that, you can easily go ahead and do that. But I just really went for neutral tones. That is what I like to do for family homes most of the time because it's just so like basic and neutral and easy on the eyes, and it's what I like for family homes, especially when it comes to base game. And we do have some really nice stuff in the base game these days. You can see the little TV console that I placed. That is actually a unit that we got not too long ago with a base game update, and it's just such a nice addition. The same goes for this dining table and chairs set that I used. Also added to the base game not too long ago. So those are definitely newer items that really make this house look more updated, if that makes sense. I'm really happy I had those furniture pieces to pick from. It made me trying to make this house look more like trendy and not outdated a little bit easier. So I really like how that came together. So I really feel like this house maybe has been renovated not too long ago. They definitely went to IKEA to bulk buy some like dressers because I feel like I used the same base game dresser a lot throughout this house. And then the little end tables that match that, I placed one of those in the hallway downstairs. So yeah, definitely those IKEA looking drawers. I placed a lot of those. And then here you can see we have the kitchen. Also the swatches for these base game kitchen counters were added not too long ago, which is such a lifesaver when it comes to doing only base game homes because the swatches, I love this kitchen counter. This kitchen set is really good in my opinion, but the new swatches definitely saved it, because the swatches it came with first, there was this like neutral black with a gray countertop, I believe. That one was already there. But then there was like, I think a magenta swatch and like a blue swatch and just these colors that I would never even touch, like never even use at all. So thankfully they added a ton of like neutral, basically more like, I guess, normal looking swatches that you would actually put in an actual house if you wanted to make it look more on the realistic side, I guess. I mean, nothing wrong with a magenta kitchen, like you do you, but it's just not something that I would ever gravitate towards in real life or in The Sims. So I'm glad they added these swatches. It's just such a nice addition. But yeah, here you can see, here is that office space that I was talking about. I placed a desk with a family computer, and then I also placed this bookshelf. I never used this, I guess, modern looking bookshelf. These days it looks more like 90s and not super modern. But I liked how it looked in the office space, because I really was trying to go for like a combination of 90s furniture that's been around for a while, but also newer looking furniture, or like early 2000s looking furniture, I guess, but then also more newer IKEA-ish looking furniture. I guess you kind of get the vibe that I was trying to go for as you're watching it come together. But the study space is nothing too fancy. We just have a desk with a computer. I thought a easel would be nice in here for an extra skill building item, so that is what I placed. So yeah, you can work on a couple of different skills in the study. If you wanted to, you could always add a violin, for example, or a guitar. Is there a guitar in the base game? I think so. I think I actually wanted to place a guitar, but I think I just completely spaced out on that and just forgot to. But yeah, you could definitely add some musical instruments to the study if you would like to. And then, like I said, off of the study, we have a full hall bathroom, and that's the only bathroom downstairs. So yeah, that's there for you to use as well. And then over here, we have the landing space. This is that IKEA-ish looking drawer unit that I was talking about. I used that in here, and then I also used it in the parents' bedroom, just in a different swatch, I believe. So yeah, definitely repeated that a couple times, but hey, it's fine. It looks very basic, and it's definitely something that you could repeat throughout a house without it looking too unrealistic, I feel like. So that is what I chose to do. And then I also placed a fishbowl. I always forget that we have a fishbowl in the base game. For some reason, I never think to use it, but I placed one on the landing. I felt that would be cute, like a little family fish, because yeah, I was using only base game, so no pets, no cats and dogs. So maybe a family fish would do the trick. I felt like that was pretty cute, at least. But here we have the parents' bedroom. Oh my god, I was fiddling around with the layout for this one for the longest time. The bed placement I figured out immediately, but then the placement for like the drawers and the wardrobe, at first I merged two of these larger dressers together. Then I decided to only place one of them. And I tried to make it work with like a lamp and a chair next to it. And then I was like, no, the parents need a little bit more storage space. They really do. I'm telling you, me and my boyfriend share a wardrobe that size, like the tall one, basically. Me and my boyfriend share one of those for all of our clothes for the two of us. It is not fun. Our house is very small. We literally do not have the room for any other dressers or what have you. That is literally all the space we have for the two of us, and it's not fun. So I really didn't want that for these parents. So I basically merged a tall dresser combined with the drawer unit that I was talking about before. They match, they're from the same furniture set, so they match nicely. The only thing is the tall wardrobe is so skinny that it looks weird when you make it touch the wall, but then it also looks weird when you place it away from the wall. And then at first I merged two of them together to make it deeper, basically, but then that looked very awkward because it was like glitching and it was visually just not pleasant. So then I just placed it away from the wall, and I put a little shelf on top to kind of close off the void behind the dresser to kind of create the illusion that it's like deeper. I don't know if I'm making any sense right now, but I'm sure you know what I mean. But here we have the little kids room that I was talking about before. This one can very easily be shared. All you have to do is replace the single bed for a bunk bed. Or not even that, maybe you can just manually place a lofted bed on top of the bed that's already there, and maybe then that will already like snap together basically. I don't know, but you can just very easily swap the bed out for a bunk bed basically. You might want to remove the bookcase that I placed at the end of the bed, but that is not a big deal because that one is not functional anyway. I just wanted something to fill up the space, and I wanted the bed to look a little bit more like built in, if that makes sense. So that is why I decided to go with the bookcase at the end of the bed, but you can just very easily remove it and you won't have any issues with that. But then I also placed a little desk in here so the kid has a little area to sit down and do their homework. We also have a dresser in here, obviously, and then a toy box. I really like all the bright colors going on. We have blue and orange and teal and yellow as well going on, and I just think it looks very, very cute. And since the wallpaper I chose is a dinosaur wallpaper, I felt like the dinosaur rug would make sense. So that is what I went with. And then here we have the smaller bedroom, which I turned into the toddler's room. This one is very basic. It's blue and white mostly. Very icy because we do have the little penguins on the wallpaper, so I kind of just went with that. I thought that was very cute. And this room I just cluttered up with some toys and stuff, some little knickknacks. We do have a dresser in here obviously as well, and then I just placed some toys that would be useful for a toddler. I also placed a little chair in here so they can sit there and, I don't know, just play with their toys or play with their tablet if you end up giving them one of those. I placed some blocks on the floor and a little blarfy, and then obviously a little rug as well so they can just sit on the floor and play. And yeah, like I said, I didn't go too crazy with decorations and clutter. I did place some wall decorations to, I don't know, just make the room feel a little bit more lived in. But basically that is it for the toddler's room. So nothing crazy, nothing fancy, but very useful. And then up here we have the family hall bathroom. So this is the bathroom upstairs for the entire family to share. So if you end up having 3 or 4 kids, then that might be a little bit of a struggle. Obviously, we do have that one full bathroom downstairs, which is definitely going to help out with that. But yeah, the parents don't have an ensuite or anything. So I feel like this bathroom would be pretty crowded, especially if you have more kids than just 2. But yeah, it's just a very basic little bathroom, and I did like how it turned out. And then moving on to the backyard, we have a nice patio space, or like porch area, I guess, with a sliding door off of the living room. So I placed a grill and a 4-seater dining table. 5 seats wasn't gonna fit, but it's fine because I also placed a picnic table on the extended terrace area, basically. So lots of places to sit down and have food if you end up having a little grill party in the summertime. Or I mean, if you have base game, it's always the summertime, so you can just grill any day of the week, basically. Yeah, here you can see I placed a picnic bench on the terrace space. One thing with base game is we don't really have any outdoor seating area furniture. We have a couple of benches, but they just don't look very comfortable. I did place a couple on the porch, so there is a seating area, but that is one thing I feel like base game is lacking a little, is backyard furniture, especially seating area stuff. We don't have any like couches with like comfortable looking cushions or anything. So that is, I feel like, something that the base game could really use. Maybe we'll get that in a future update, who knows. We definitely do have a couple stuff packs that really help with that, like the backyard stuff and the perfect patio stuff. But if you don't have any of those, then I don't know, if you don't want to buy any of those, then you're kind of lacking in that department. So maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, one day. But I also added a sand pit for the kids to play with some toys in it, and obviously some planter boxes, but that is basically it. So let's jump into the game and I'll show you the house in real time. So here we have the house in the game. I love the vibe of it. It looks very inviting to me, very family friendly, and that is definitely what I was going for. So over here we have the little pathway leading to the front porch. I placed the mailbox out here and 2 outdoor trash cans. And then we have a little pathway over here leading into the backyard. I love this backyard for some reason. I sometimes struggle struggle with backyards a lot, especially when it's only base game builds, but this one, I don't know, it just turned out so cozy. We have some planter boxes over here. We have the back porch with a grill, a dining table, and a cozy little seating area. Then we have this extended terrace area with a woodworking bench for an extra skill building item, a picnic table, a small telescope, because we have those in the base game now, an area for the kids to play, some more planters, and this sand pit that I really like. I just placed a toy box and like a doll house for the kids to play with. And then on the front porch, we have a chess table. So that is nice for skill building as well. Then when we go inside, we have this hallway space. It's a nice closed off entryway. I, for some reason, totally spaced out on cluttering up this side table. So there is no decorations on there. I already put this house up on the gallery and I don't really want to take it down and re-upload it just because I forgot to clutter this surface. But yeah, you can definitely add a little something on there if you would like. And then we have this built-in wardrobe situation. I love how this came out. I used a tool mod to manually place these shoes to look like they are sitting on top of the cupboards. I like how it turned out. I feel like it's quite realistic. I placed a couple chairs here so you can just sit down and put on your shoes or what have you. And then here we have the living room. My playtester Sim is about to watch a little bit of TV like she always likes to do. The color scheme is very neutral. I used gray and beige and I just love how it came together. So yeah, seating area, bookcase next to it. And then over here we have the dining area. I like how open this floor plan is. Everything just flows together quite naturally. It took me a while to figure out this floor plan, I won't lie, but I'm very happy with the result. So I feel like it was worth it. I tried to add some color to the space by placing these base game pictures on the wall. They add like some orange and teal vibes and I really love that color combination. And then through here we have the open kitchen space. I love how this one came out. I think the kitchen is my favorite area of this house. I don't know why. It's just something that gives me cozy vibes about it. I also love the lighting this time of day. I won't lie. I placed a dishwasher, which I don't always do, but this is a family house, so you definitely need that. We have the stove and then we have some island counters with a little bit of additional seating as well. And then in here we have the office space with a family computer. We have an easel and then just a chair and a bookcase as well. And then off of this little area, we have the bathroom. So very basic bathroom, shower tub combo, toilet and sink. Then upstairs, we have this landing area that is partially open to the ground floor. I always love it when I have the opportunity to do that. It just looks nice. So we have this dresser or like this drawer unit in the corner with a fish bowl, the family pet, family fish. And then this middle room is the parents' master bedroom, if you will. It's very small, but it gets the job done. It's a nice room. I have never used this lilac purpley bedsheet swatch, but I, for some reason, really like it. I don't know if it goes or doesn't go at all with the wallpaper. I can't really tell, but I for some reason, just kind of like it. And then we have the built-in dresser situation over here that I also really like. Then here we have the kids' room. This is definitely a little bit louder. We have a lot of bright colors going on. I sometimes struggle with base game only kids rooms because I don't really like all of the furniture we have for kids rooms, but this one turned out nice. I just went wild with different colors and they have a little desk situation that I think is very cozy, a play corner over here, and then yeah, just your children's knickknacks that I think look nice in here. And then over here we have the toddler's room. This one is more white and blue, so a little bit more neutral, I guess, but they also have some little toys here on their bedside table, and then they have a little play area back here as well. It's a very simply decorated room. And then over here we have the one and only upstairs hall bathroom. I don't know why, but this one I just really like. It feels very family, cozy, crowded. I don't know exactly what it is. It might sound weird, but I like this bathroom. It's very basic, but it has everything your Sims need. But that is basically gonna do it for this house. So this base game family home is up on the gallery. It comes in at just under 93,000 simoleons, so it's very expensive, like I already expected, but that's okay. That's just what it is for this house. I built it on a 30 by 20 in the little starter neighborhood, I want to call it, in Willow Creek. So if you want to place it in your game, then that is where it goes. But that's gonna do it for today's video. So I really hope that you enjoyed this one. You can obviously go ahead and download it off the gallery like I just showed you. My username on the gallery is Simmary Sims. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram if you'd like. My username on there is Simmary Sims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so. And if you want to be notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. I also live stream over on Twitch a few times a week. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and give me a follow over on twitch.tv/SimmarySims. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!